Good morning, Algebra 1A students. For Miss Buchanan, this is the midterm review part 1. I'm going to go through all of the odd ones with you. I think there's an extra one that I do in there because it's a little different. And let's get started. Number 1, you are just combining all these, doing orders of operations is what I should say. So you're doing an order of operations here. So you have -2 times -4. Remember PEMDAS here. Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, where you're going to do multiplication and division, addition and subtraction, all of that after stuff you have in parentheses, stuff you have in as exponents. So the deal here is we really, I know we have parentheses here, but there's nothing in the parentheses to do. We have multiplication here actually, so we're going to multiply first, because whenever you have a number next to a number, just a number inside parentheses, that is multiplication. So we're going to do that multiplication first, and then we're going to do either addition or subtraction. We're going to have addition going on here. So -2 times -4 is a positive 8. 6 plus 8 is 4. I'm going to rewrite this. And because when this is in the back, that kind of confuses us sometimes. I'm going to put it in the front. This just means -1 distributed into these parentheses here. So you're just going to use the distributive property. You may want to look at it like this, just a negative in front of 8x plus 5. Okay, there is a 1 there, even though it's not seen, even though I didn't write it there. We just assume that there's a 1 there because there's a negative there. So either way, you're going to just change the signs inside of the parentheses. This was a positive 8x, it becomes a negative 8x, and this was a positive 5, this becomes a negative 5. And then you're done. For number 5, this is kind of ugly. I mean, basically what this is saying is 3/7 times 3/7 times 3/7. So that would be 3 times 3 times 3, and 7 times 7 times 7. And 3 times 3 times 3, and 7 times 7 times 7 is 27 over 343. 6, 7, 8, 9. You can then simplify that, I just noticed. 343, let me see, 343 divided by 9. Oh, no, you can't, I'm sorry. 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, okay. Nope, that's it. That's the best that you can do with that. I thought for a minute that you could, divide both the top and the bottom by 9, but it doesn't come out evenly. Okay. Going on to these. Those even ones, try them on your own. It's a review. Learn from them. Learn from your mistakes. You're going to do better on the midterm. Evaluate each using the values given. So what you're going to do is you're just going to plug these values into the problem and then work the problem out. Then do your order of operations. So we got to find out what n equals, and n, they tell you it equals 8, so I'm just going to put an 8 in for n. So I have 8 squared now instead of n squared. I bring down my minus. My m is going to equal 7, so I'm just going to plug in a 7 there for my m. Now I work this out. Remember PEMDAS from up here. Please excuse the exponents. I'm going to deal with the exponent first. So 8 times 2 is 64. And I just bring down this stuff, this minus and this 7, and I deal with that next. I do subtraction. 64 minus 7 gives me 57. I do the same thing for number 3. My y, they tell me, is a 2. My x is a 7. I put it in parentheses just so you could see, that's multiplication right there. And then divided by 2. Now, we have multiplication and division. So whenever we have them both, what are you going to do first? Well, I'm going to just work left to right. Work left to right. As you write your name left to right, as you read a graph left to right, you're going to do a problem left to right. Okay, so I just do the 2 times the 14, and that equals 14. 14 divided by 2 equals 7. Number 5, my x, they tell me, is going to equal a 6. My y, I'm going to put in a 1, and I have the plus 6 here. This all, I just work left to right. Once again, I have addition and subtraction. What do you do first? Just work left to right. 6 minus 1 is 5. I still have that plus 6 to deal with. 5 plus 6 is 11. Number 7, this one gets kind of ugly, but the x, they tell me, is 10. So I have 10 over the z, which is negative 2, they tell me, plus my y is 5, they tell me, and my z is negative 2 squared. So I went ahead and I did this division first, and I did this exponent also. Just as long as you're showing steps, you know, that you're doing first things first and all that, and not, you know, doing things backwards. And then you could see the next step I did was I multiplied the 5 and the 4, and then I finally did the addition of this negative 5 and this 20, and I got 15. Okay, now we're writing each phrase as an algebraic expression. Hopefully you guys have been slowing this down as needed, and pausing this. Number 1, 12 more than a number. I have a number and I have 12 more than that. You could write this, you know, as, because addition is commutative. It works, you know, forwards or backwards. I could flip it. So that would be fine too. I like to write it like this. I'm using N for letter. You could use any letter. You could use X, whatever you want to use. 4 times the number cubed decreased by 7. Okay, so I have 4 times a number that is cubed, that means to the 3rd power, decreased by 7. Now I can't write this one backwards. I can't write 7 minus that, because it's going to be, that would be 7 decreased by 4 times the number cubed. No, it's 4 times the number cubed decreased by 7. So I have to have that one correctly written, because subtraction is not commutative. You can't flip it around. 3 more than 5 times the number of dogs. You could write this one like this too. That would be fine. And then this one, 4 times the number of cows plus 2 times the number of ducks. I have 4 times the number of cows plus 2 times the number of ducks. And I did change these. You could use X and Y too. You could use, but I use C for cows and D for ducks, because we're talking about 2 different things here. So I'm going to have 2 different variables. All right, part 2 of this midterm review part 1 video is going to be next. So look for the next link.